Okay. So, it's going to be the beginning of an adventure. This is Dungeons and Dragons 5e campaign called Zeros in the land of Apolline. Apolline is, since this is essentially a beginner adventure, Apolline is pretty much it's a lot of things going on in Apolline. I know there's a map in the Discord that I think all of y'all seen.
Yes.
Everybody seen it? Yeah.
I will look at it.
Okay. You are in a town called Butchreef. And just to the north of Butchreef is the Lower Jaw Mountains. The Lower Jaw Mountains is the southern border of another country called Kalore. Butchreef is essentially like the northernmost city in the country of Apolline before you leave the country. So it's kind of like it's not quite a mountainside town, but everything in there is like more or less mountain themed. For example, there is town. Okay, not town. A local tavern is called the Pewter Lily. If you know about stones, pewter's a stone, type of stone. You have the Yonder Smithy. There's the Moss Top Inn. And with a local store, a general store kind of thing called Stone's Throw. And first, we are going to start in a carriage. Carriage being drawn by a beautiful chestnut horse. The carriage itself is like a reddish brown on the outside and with trim of like yellowish gold. It's just trotting along, and the coach is a very well dressed gentleman. Is holding the reins, is keeping it steady. Inside the carriage it's a vibrant red wallpaper. Not just like solid, but there's like some kind of floral decorations on it, floral patterns rather, and has deep purple cushions also lined with like red threads. It's just trotting along. You hear the horse footsteps just trotting. And in there's a man and a family. The man is like a not super built, but definitely a muscular, brawny human man. He's got a super thick mustache, like a frilly collared shirt, like this. It's like curly, dirty blonde hair, and we see him. He looks perturbed. He has like a scroll in his hand, and he opens it, takes a deep breath, like he's like pissed off. And rolls it back up. And every 10, 15 minutes. Mind you, it is really quiet in here. It's like awkwardly quiet. Because nobody wants to say anything. There's a woman sitting next to him, and there's uh, three young adults, so they're children. The mother is had like a roundish face, uh, light brown hair, not quite blonde, but just brunette, a light brunette. One of the daughters is the oldest daughter is also she looks just like her mother, like light brown hair, round face, very cute. She has like a big fluffy dress on, and she's like staring out the window, and she's like she doesn't want to interact with anybody. She looks not quite worried, but like she looks sad in a way. She looks sad in a way that she knows that something that she has to do, she doesn't want to do. Then there's a boy on the other end. He's not quite as stocky as his father, but he's a young adult, maybe like 14, 15 years old. And he's also like a dirty blonde. He looks like his father. And he's just like in there, like messing with stuff. It's because he's bored on the ride, but he does not want to ask, are we there yet? Then in the middle seat, we see a young woman, a young tiefling named Azara Feist. What does Azara look like?
Azara is, like you said, a tiefling. She's got very long horns that stretch above her head. Um, she herself, she's like 5'11". The horns make her look very well into 6 feet.
She's tall.
Got like she's pretty tall. Like you're in a crowd, she's one of the people that you're gonna notice just because of she sticks up. Um, I don't do that personally, me, but she's kind of fun. Um, she is a like pinky purple skin tiefling. She's got like burgundy hair. It's swept back, like she's running her hands through it a lot. It's on the shorter side. Um, and I'm imagining her wearing like an outfit like the exact same shade as her hair and looking incredibly uncomfortable in said outfit.
Okay. So we see the father. Oh, so we see the father, Gainer Feist, and he opens the scroll again, and he looks at Azara. He closes it again. It has like the scroll has like a full tab, and he closes again. He looks out the window, back at Azara, opens it, he reads it again, closes it, and starts to open it again, but the tab comes off. And he crunches it up, and he sits on the seat next to him, and just looks out the window. And the woman next to him, Azara's mother, Eliona Feist, who is the actual blood noble. Um, of course, the father married into the noble family. But Eliora is she's sitting there and she looks like she wants to be happy, also kind of snooty, but not quite. And she just like she has a fan, one of those like lace tip fans. It's folded up in her hand. And she just like looks up and she's like, your sister's betrothed to a noble, and your father's your brother is your father's squire, so he's I just don't understand why everyone's doing their part, And then we love you. We love you, and we just want the best for you. Which is why we, you know, arranged and took a trip up to Kalore to to make sure you have a suitable groom, someone of noble birth. You know, we want the best for you. We just want you to thrive and be a beautiful, wonderful, charming wife to someone worthy of our standards.
Have you considered that I'm thriving currently? I've been training for years. I'm fine.
Oh, training, honey. That's for warrior types, people that need to uh, be on the front lines. It's their duty to. We don't need to do these things, especially as a
But
young lady of our pedigree. We don't need to. We have these things. Your father is a hero, and he has. And you see, he breaks in, and he not breaks in, but he sits up. And he's like, "You don't need to wield the sword. I wield the sword. Your brother is in line to do that. Everything." Ronald, he calls out to the front of the coach. Yes, Master Vice. Where are we now? So we are just passing, well, coming up on the mountain pass, just north of Butchreef, sir. We should be there very shortly. Let's go a little faster. Just keep it smooth though. Hmm. And he just looks out the window again. I don't understand.
we
Why do you feel like you need to be of the sort? It's not something you need to do. It's you don't.
nobody needs to do it. If if everybody needed to do it, there would be a lot more conflict in this world. I think
No, a contraire,
okay.
as he cuts you off. A contraire. Some of us do need to. This is why the courts have been constructed, put in place. We are to protect the diarchy. We are to protect country, and we of the Court of Mirrors front linemen in case of war. So we do need to stay sharp. You don't
And
need
that's
these
why
things, but you don't need to do these things. Your brother is here, and he is very well in line. He's squiring me very well.
I could do it better.
Yeah. It isn't your place to be
What
on the field.
what other purpose do I have in this family? My older sister, she's going to be married off and she's going to continue the line. And my younger brother, supposedly, will be your squire and then will be your sword. And he will prove this family's legacy and push
Give,
it onwards.
give
How
me
to
an
do?
insight check.
All right. Ooh, okay, that was kind of good. That is a 21.
21.
Yep.
So, as you say, as you say, your sister's going to be married off. You glance at her, and you know your sister very well. You and your sister are best friends. And you see her, as you say, she's going to be married off, and she has a look very briefly because she knows that she's in a carriage in front of her parents, directly facing her parents. So she's trying to save face. So, but she looks out the window, and you see her start to wring her wrist, and she does that whenever she is incredibly uncomfortable or she's thinking about something that makes her very upset, but she's trying to be strong and not show that.
I will reach over and take her hand just as some form of comfort, because I know I'm not the smoothest of people, but I'd rather not cause her distress if it doesn't need to be happening.
So she looks at you, she smiles. And with that 21, it's a fake smile. It's a smile like, yeah, it's a smile pretty much saying, thank you for trying to comfort me. But because you know her, she's not being comforted in this moment. She's just, she knows what's coming. She knows not necessarily that she signed up for it, but it's an arranged marriage to another noble in Abilene, another noble within the country. So she's like taking it with a grain of salt. But she doesn't want to get married. At least not
Yeah.
to at least not to who she's getting married to.
All right.
Your mother. Okay, there it is. Your mother goes, well, she's betrothed to Cylon Hulo. And they're the Court of Thorns. And she makes a face like, you guys think you're better than the Court of Thorns. Um it's because like the Court of Mirrors is more like the front line if Eppeling was to go to war. They would be the captains, the generals of the Apolline army. The Court of Thorns would more so be those that stay in and around the country's capital. Apolline's capital is Helene. They would stay and like protect the borders of Helene. And then there's a Court of Ages. And the Court of Ages would be those that directly guard uh, the diarchy, the king and queen of Abilene, and or the castle that they reside in. So there's like a snooty like rivalry when she mentions the House of Hulo. Yeah.
I don't understand why we have an issue with this house if you're so fine with marrying off your first daughter to them.
Because they're of nobility, honey.
Well,
They're
what's
of
nobility?
name, of note. It's not like she's going to go off and marry a commoner or I don't know, play swords with uh some of the locals in some podunk area. She's going to do something great. The House of Hulo is It's good for what it is, but
She
it's still
she will do
nobility.
something. This marriage is not one of the great things that she will accomplish in her life.
I will not have those words come from you.
Would you rather them come from my brother?
And you look at him, and he just kind of looks up like, I don't. Uh, and then Gaynor like opens the invitation again and just like closes it. Gets up
Why do you keep open?
and
That's not what it
leaves.
says.
Well, he doesn't leave, but he opens the door and goes up and sits with Ronald up in the front.
Why does he keep opening that? Nothing about what's in that invitation has changed.
Father's just upset. You, I must say, your behavior, it was less than ideal. And I'm gonna ask you in this moment, what was it? Coming from this trip, coming from Calore, being as though that Azara was going to meet a noble to potentially wed. What was it that Azara did where that the noble was like, oh, absolutely not. What did she do?
I think she honestly, I think she like fully like glove smacked him and challenged him to a duel.
Challenge him to a duel. uh,
Like
okay.
she's a little overconfident in her abilities, but that's all right.
That's all right. Okay. I like bold, very bold.
Yeah.
So at that, she, well, your father is, he hears your mother saying like you were acting unsightly, and he just kind of grunts and he's like, here, I'll drive for a bit. And you kind of hear, you hear the reins passing over to him, and give me a dexterity saving throw.
All right. I just got a nat 20.
Nat 20? Okay.
Yep.
So as you say that, or you feel the whole carriage lurch.
He's a terrible driver.
As you feel the whole carriage lurch. Oh, one more. One more. Okay. Uh, you see that you're kind of like going around a bend, and your mother slides out her seat. She's like, and she slides out her seat and falls on you. And both you and your sister kind of like help her back into her seat. She's like, oh, well, guess we'll be arriving soon. So, in this moment, what's Azara thinking?
I think that she's ready to get out of the carriage and even not even just like go do anything, but just like have a break from sitting in one room with her family for even 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, now we're gonna move over to a house. Simple cottage in Butchreef. The shades are closed. The air is very humid. And it's humid because there's like pots of boiling water. There's like several stoves in the house. Well, not so much stoves, but there's one stove. There's a large pot of water boiling. There's a furnace in another room um with a pot of water also boiling, so it's very humid. Uh and there's like the smell of baked goods, biscuits, maybe bread, possibly oven baked pancakes. It smells good. There's like some kind of pastry. There's a hint, more than a hint. Definitely an ingredient in this baked good. It's fruity. Maybe like berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, something like that. It smells good in here. And we also hear a spoon scraping in a bowl. And it's whipping up some kind of a very thick liquid. Almost better like. And we see a woman, and she's like sitting in a chair in the kitchen, whipping it up. Look at the flick of the wrist. But the woman has a dark skin, dark purplish bluish skin. She has white hair, a simple dress. Um, she doesn't have on shoes. She doesn't really like wearing shoes. And we hear her yelling into another room. Malak! Malak! What's Malak doing in his room?
Dang. In his room, I'm gonna say he's just laying down.
Just laying down?
Yeah.
What's he look like?
Um, he's kind of tall. He's kind of tall. He's 5'11". He has white white man bun. uh, he's an elf, I believe. Yeah, he's a drow elf. He has dark skin, dark, what was it? Kind of purplish skin.
Yeah.
Um, and well, he's wearing like I want to say I don't want to say he's in his main stuff. I don't know what he's wearing right now. I don't know. I haven't thought that
Okay.
far.
Okay. That's fine. Malak, come here, please.
Coming.
So as you enter
Opening
the
the
room,
open door.
as you enter the room, you see that she's whipping up it's a concoction, a thick, somewhere in between a loose clay and a, a paste. It's very dark in color,
Mhm.
almost the same complexion as your skin. She goes,
What?
Malak, it's about time you start to go you work with your father.
Work,
Everyone
work my
does their part. Yes, go to work with your father. You spend a lot of your time here. You do chores around, and it helps me out a lot, and I do appreciate it. However, you're getting older, and we would like to have something maybe a bit bigger. Maybe move a bit closer to Helene. Maybe even down to Tubax. Tobax. You know, Tobax is the city south of Butchreef, a few days travel. It's more towards the center of the country. Tobax is a city where a lot of travel. It's like a crossroads for the country. If you want to get to the other end, essentially, at some point, you're going to cross Tobax. So it's a lot of traffic. So she goes, maybe move a bit closer to Tobax. However, we need a bit more income. Your father can only do so much, and I take care of things here. I make potions when I can. Excuse me. I make concoctions and other wares and go sell them around the town to people that need them every now and then when I can, when I have the materials, of course. And now we I need you to have a bit of income. I'm not like kicking you out or anything,
Oh,
but just, you know, go do something. Help us
like,
out, please. I'm not saying you're
it's like
lazy. You're not
call me
lazy.
lazy.
You're not lazy. I'm not saying you're lazy. You're my boy. I love you. But we need a bit of more help achieving some of our financial goals. That's all. You can go work the mill with your father. Give me an insight check.
What dice is that?
D20. The roll of D20,
Uh,
and
I
then
got a seven.
okay.
Yeah, that's seven. That's drop.
You said you got 7,
That's seven. What
and then
insight plus
yeah.
what do I add to that? The wisdom
Now
or
you
intelligence?
add it have a slot by itself. Uh,
Insight,
right
wisdom.
next to
I
wisdom.
don't get anything. Yeah, this is 0.
0. Okay, so straight
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my thing is frozen. Is my camera moving for y'all or is it?
It's loading now. Now. There you go. So with a 7, you just see her like gesturing questioningly. Right. Go see if you can get a little work at the mill with your father. And yeah, I hope you guys have a a productive day. Have a productive day. And then just then you see your dad walks in. Your dad, Alaron. Alaron, dear. Yes, Shalaria. Malak. I think Malak should be joining you today. At work. At yes, at the mill. And he chuckles. Give me insight check. Another insight check.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta get some dice, my man.
I got a. It was a 4.
A 4?
It's getting worse and
Jeez.
worse.
Okay. You
Where
see,
Lord.
he chuckles and rolls his eyes a little bit. Okay. And he
What am I
heads
thinking?
towards the door. All right, my boy. I guess you're going with me today.
I guess
Go
so. I'm
pack
trying
up
to get
your
forced out the house.
uh pack up a few things and we'll head out in a bit. Shalaris, these smells good in here. What is this? He goes to reach for the oven. And like any housewife, she is quick with the wooden spoon. Exactly. And she pops him. Ah. So don't touch
You
it.
never know.
They're not done yet. We'll be done in just a few minutes. Maybe by the time Malak is ready to go, they should be done. Maybe. We'll see. So he goes back to the room. You hear him rummaging around, picking up a few things. How's Malak feeling about having to go to work with that?
He's not happy. He's not happy that he's forced to go to work. He'd rather come up to that conclusion on his own.
Fair.
But he's happy to help the family any way he can.
Okay. So proud.
Ultimately, he will willingly do it. I mean, he will do it begrudgingly, I guess.
Begrudgingly. Okay. Far from proud, but okay. So you're getting your things, you get your things ready. You get up to go to the door. And Shaleria, your mother, has uh whatever it was that she was baking. She has it wrapped in like a cloth. And she hands one to your father as he starts to head out. She hands one to you. You start to head out. I know you boys are going to get paid. Don't work too hard, I guess. Come back later. Of course, I'll have dinner ready. Oh, what do you want to eat tonight? I was thinking possibly chicken, maybe some firehawk if I could find some.
That sounds good.
Okay, firehawk it is. And sorry, Arlon's like, yep, whatever you make sounds good to me. Like any dad. Uh, how close behind your father are you?
Yeah, he's like behind me, like 4 feet. Yeah, 4 feet
No, like 4 feet.
behind me.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you see, he
dragging
goes to
stuff off.
roll real quick. Okay. So you see, he goes to open the door. He opens the door, and as the sunlight cascades into the house, that's dark on purpose. All of you like flinch at the sunlight. Ah, and you see, give me a Constitution saving throw. Yeah,
And what would I roll for that?
same thing. D20.
Okay. Ooh, well, that
Most
was
of
better.
your
I
or
got
all of your checks are going to be with D20. The only other things that you roll, only other die that you roll is going to be for like damage.
okay. Well, I got a 12, and that was what, +1, so 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you're like aligned to go out the door, you just barely dodge a shoe that flies past your head and hits your face. First off, close my
Okay.
goddamn door. Second off, get your ointment and get your goggles. He's like, ah, oh yeah. So he
I
turns
forgot.
and pulls some goggles off the wall, puts the goggles on, grabs some ointment, and you see that the ointment is essentially a product of whatever she was whipping up in the bowl. And so he rubs
Oh, it
it
just smell
in,
good.
rubs it in his hands, rubs it on his face, his arms before he heads out. She goes into the other room, closes the door, and waits for y'all to leave. As you leave, Aralon, you guys are walking along, got your goggles on, your not goggles, but your tinted goggles on, and y'all walking through uh, the pathways of Butchreef. He's like, well, my boy, guess you are going to work with me today. You want to have some fun?
I guess so.
So, first thing I should tell you, if you're going to be going to work with me, I guess I should tell you what I actually do. I say, your mother, she's under the impression that I work at the mill. And I do, sort of, but it's not quite the mill you think it is.
uh, Eat his interest.
Let's see.
What do you mean?
How do I put this? I guess is my jobs are run of the mill. Oh, you don't get it yet. Okay. So he leads you to a oh. The place he leads you is in the Pewter Lily, which is the tavern. He takes you to a back room. And in the back room, you see you've been to the tavern before. The tavern, it's there's tables. It's different kind of tavern. So in a way, it's an outdoor tavern where there's the bar kind of sits outside. There are tables outside, and there's like a not an alcove, but like the second floor is indoor. So like
Oh,
if you can imagine a porch, an indoor porch or outdoor porch rather, it's like that, except the entire building. Once you enter the building, that's the second floor. So to get to the second floor, you have to go up stairs, and the tavern part is actually outside, under the building in a way. Um, and since that way, he goes. There is like a back wall to the whole structure, and he kind of goes off to the back wall, and off of the back wall is it's like a little shack kind of thing. Enough for maybe like 6 or 7 people to be in at once. So you go into there along with him, and you see on the back of the door is etched the mill. And then there's a guy inside, and he looks just kind of seedy. And he's just like, all right, back again. Oh yeah. And your father's like, hey Joe, how's it going? Ah, yeah, he stretches a little bit.
who,
You okay, Erin?
who's that?
Sorry, I dropped my
Hmm?
pencil.
Oh, that's great. Um,
I mean,
so
who was that?
and your father goes, this is Joe. This is where I get some of my work from.
Oh,
So what I actually do, or I actually get my money from, is some of the people, some of the passersby in around Butchreef. Sometimes we get visitors, sometimes we get high rolling visitors, you know, people that do well for themselves. And they make unwilling donations. And that's how we earn our money. And Job
Unwilling
goes,
donate.
oh, I see what's going on here. To put it bluntly, son, this is a joke. To put it bluntly, son, uh, your father's got some of the stickiest hands in Butchreef. And our alarm goes, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. They're not sticky. Just quick. So he looks up on a board and he looks at the board, top of the board says the run. These jobs, these are not so much targets or hits, but just people that might be passing through, that might have a little bit of extra stuff on them. But today's your first
So are
day.
these like wealthy people on this list?
Yeah, yeah, they're wealthy. One way or another, they could use to make a donation. Use to make a donation or two. Especially to us lowly people up here in Butchreef. I mean, we've got the mountains to worry about, right? And Job laughed. So he looks at the board, takes off a piece of paper. This is called a run. Yes, I work at the mill. Each of my jobs are running the mill. It elbows. Get it? Running the mill.
That makes sense. I get it. I get it.
So he takes you out. He leaves the
Wait, does mom
shack.
know about this?
What?
Does mom know about this?
Come on, son. So he goes out and he looks at you and he goes, well, for starters, we're gonna have to get you caught up. See what you got. Well, let's walk around. Let's walk around the lily for a little bit. Then
Okay.
we're going to. Oh, actually, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and keep going.
Okay.
Am I gonna get robbed?
What? Are you going to get robbed?
It sounds like
I think it'd be hilarious.
It would be
My character is
hilarious,
fascinating.
but we'll see. I don't know.
That'd be so. I don't know. Let's go out.
Mm, mm, Interesting.
We'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay. We are back. So, we've met Azara, Azara Feist, we've met Kalak. Now we take a nice little trip to into the woods, just south of Butchreef. Take a nice little trip to Sloam Forest. Sloam will be XLAOM. OAM, sorry. And here we see that it's in the woods. It's a nice warm day. It's beautiful for the most part. It's a little bit windy, but it's a little bit more aggressive than a breeze. Still nothing to worry about. A little overcast. And that those clouds that come here and there, they cast shadows on the flora. Every now and then the colorful flowers of the bushes, berries, fruits, they go in and out, getting lighter and darker with the being exposed to the sun periodically. You're chirping of birds and very light wildlife in the bush. The creatures around here typically aren't aggressive. There are some aggressive creatures around here, but closer to Butchreef, it's more just like squirrels, chipmunks, small things. And we see two well, we see two people walking through the woods. One is oh, one is a tiefling, fair skin. He could be human passing if it weren't for his uh, ram like horns protruding from his head. And he seems to have like little fairies, not fairies, but lightning bugs that seem to be floating around him, almost like ethereal, almost fairy like. It's not a fairy, but seems to be very in tune with nature. This is Forazon. And Forazon stares, not stares, but he looks over to, excuse me, he looks over to Horokorsh. What does Horokorsh look like?
Horokorsh is a little, probably around the same height as the other characters, like 5'11" ish. No horns that make him like 2 feet taller or anything, but
Shots fired.
he looks human, if a little fairer. Like you'd have to look twice to make sure he's not an elf, but he's definitely human, at least in appearance. Um, he's got twigs in his hair and like grime all over his face. He definitely like he hasn't like bathed in like 2 or 3 days, and there's just dirt all over him. Like he's been like rolling around in the undergrowth. There's like leaves, um, just caught in his leather clothes, leather guards. Um, and he's holding a fox that he found like 2 minutes ago and would already kill for it. Um, and he's just petting it.
Forzan looks and he goes, sorry, I missed your mother last time. I know it was just about a week and a half ago. But
It's okay.
I know you're excited, right? And as you look up
Yeah.
to the sky, you look and you know that it's 3 days into the waning crescent, which means there'll be another 3 days until the new moon. And on the new moon, you get to spend an entire 24 hours with your mother. You
Yeah,
excited?
I'm really excited for. Yeah, I think Mom's gonna really like this. I've been carving a wooden duck that I think she's really. I'm gonna give it to her. I think she's really gonna like it. She
Give
loves
me
ducks.
a sleight of hand check.
That is an 8 on the die, and I add 2, so that's a 10.
10. Okay. So as you mentioned the duck, Horizon kind of looks away and is like, yeah, she'll be real proud of the duck. It's beautiful. You did a
Yeah, I
good
know. It's
job.
great.
Just, a few more weeks, months, years of practice, and you'll be a master. You'll be a master.
Yeah,
You'll
I
be
know.
great.
It'll be great.
It's amazing.
I'm already so good. I'm already
You
so good,
are.
and now I'm gonna be even better.
Yeah, we're all very proud of you.
No,
Sorry.
thanks.
We're all very proud of you. You know, I think we're getting around a time where I think you could do with a little bit more learning about. I know you've been here with us with our druids for a while. Your mother left you with us for protection. You haven't gotten to spend as much time as you want with her. We perfectly understand that. Every kid needs their parents. Their relationship with their mother and father should be great. Again, sorry your father isn't with us anymore, but we we do what we can. I
And I know
I
Mom's
look at
always
you as my
watching over
own
me.
son. What's that?
I know my mom's always watching over me. She's never really gone,
Yeah.
never really far.
As you mentioned that, you know that whenever you go to sleep at night, you pass into the realm of dreams and you get to see your mother. But the experience is never quite like when she gets to visit you here in the prime plane. So he goes, I look at you as my own son, honestly, being as though I haven't found the one quite yet. It'll be any day. She's out there looking for me. I know she is. But anyway,
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll find her.
yeah. Yeah. Insight check.
Yeah. It's like, all right. That's the 5 on the die, so that makes a 9.
9. Okay. So as you both just like chiming back and forth, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't really believe it. You can tell. He is not convinced. He is like one of those guys like you kind of feel like is has the air of forever alone. Doesn't want to be, but not bathing every day doesn't really help his case. Even now, he's a bit musky. As are you, but you guys are walking around. He's just like, I think we should start to get you more spun up on like some of the inner workings of nature around us. These woods, Sloam Forest it's alive. Just as alive as you or I, or even the city of Butchreef. Oh, I guess it's not quite a city. Helene?
What's a
No,
city?
that is a city. But
What's Helene?
oh yeah,
Helene?
Helene. Helene is it's the capital. The capital of Abilene. I know you haven't been out too much, but yes, it's the capital of Abilene. Down there where
Huh.
the king and queen live. Uh Seems unfair how they're both married to two different people. And then there's like the whole courts. They all have houses and they all seem to find people. But little old Forazon's just in the woods alone.
Yeah, well, the woods are great, and there's plenty of trees in the forest.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many holes you can drill in trees. But whatever. Anyway, so what we're going to do, you know what? I think we should take a trip up to Butchreef. I'm feeling lucky today. How about you? Yeah.
Yeah, I got my fox with me, so I named him Teddy,
What?
and he's going to live with me. I'm going to take care of him and feed him and bathe him, and I'm going to squeeze him to death every night. Not to death, but I'm going to squeeze him.
Give me an insight check.
That is a 2 on die, which makes a 6.
This fox is trying to get out of your arms.
I do not let him.
The fox looks up to Forazon, knowing Forazon is like more familiar with the some of the fauna in the woods, and he looks up to him with these eyes just like, help me. Forazon just kind of looks away. Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna go to Butchreef and hey, curious though, what was the last thing you and your mother talked about?
Well, she didn't really say much last time I saw her. She was, um, she was a little on edge about, I don't know, about something. I don't know what she could possibly be
Mhm.
stressed about. It's not like she's my mom,
Yeah.
yeah, she's my mom, but she's great. But I don't know. She said something about
I think the
oh yeah.
last time we spoke, maybe about a month ago. Not the last
Probably.
new moon, but
Hmm.
the the full moon prior to that. And we spoke a bit.
Mhm.
She said something was coming. I know she's off in the dream realm, uh, doing gods knows what. Uh, but she said something was coming. Did seem a bit on edge, like worried, in fact. So, just in case there is something coming, I want you to be prepared. Yeah,
I
I
mean, I
want you
got
to
my
be
mom
prepared.
to protect me. What could possibly happen? Like my mom's
I
like she
mean,
got me.
she is pretty badass from what I've seen,
Yeah.
but just like now, she can't always be here. So I got you something.
Ooh.
So he walks behind a tree and he comes back with a
Is it a
stick.
carved wooden duck? Oh, a stick. Even better.
He comes back with a
I get a
stick.
stick. I love sticks. I have so many sticks.
It's not just a stick. It's about shoulder height. It looks like it's almost intentionally twisted. Almost like two sticks that were used together in a way, like two serpents coiling. Um, and at the top, it branches a bit, kind of like if you can imagine a small tree. And there are like the tiniest leaves, the tiniest branches, and the tiniest leaves on the very top. It's like I spoke with the trees, and we
That's what it does.
got together and pretty much we shaped this for you.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
It gives it to you.
Thanks, Lozan.
Of course. Of course. It only took 14 years. But
And what?
it's we worked together. It's fine. I had their permission. It was a team effort. They did most of the growing. I did most of the shaping. And,
Trees are like that.
so yeah, we can go on to Butchreef. And let's
What's
see if we can
like?
get you a bit of see what we can outfit you with. Maybe talk to some of the townsfolk.
Ooh,
See how we
I like people.
good. Good. So you guys move on to Butchreef proper. As you all what happened to my display? Sorry. So as you two start moving toward Butchreef proper, you see some buildings, some log cabins come into view. And as you're walking around, give me a perception check.
Fantastic. Perception. That's a 21.
21. Okay. Nice. Very nice. So you see quite a lot of people are kind of gathering. Some of the people don't exactly look like they are from Butchreef, but they look rough. They look like they're not quite, not necessarily out of town as in like they're prim and proper, but they do look rough, possibly from the mountains. And being as though you've been spending a lot of your time, you've been spending being raised by a circle of druids. You've been to the mountains before. And you know what they like tend to look like. You know how they tend to carry themselves. They're just like they have their weapons not drawn, but like always at the ready. And you see a pair of darker skinned people with white hair wearing like what look like tinted goggles. Uh, you also see um there's this a person around the town, and you've seen him. He's loud, he's obnoxious, and you see him in around the fire. It's like a large bonfire kind of thing. Because you know of the pewter lily. You have been up to Butcher before. Not much, but you've been up to Butchreef before. And you see this big bonfire, and you know that the tavern, Computer Lily, they do like a lot of open cooking. So like they have a hog or two, like spit roasting over the open flame. They've got some birds like around the edge. They've got some fish also around the edge. They're all cooking, and there's a team of like a young man and a young woman. They're like going around turning the hogs. Um, they're making sure that the fowl's being cooked properly. The fish looks good, and they're like running back and forth in between that, making plates, and like some open pots and stuff there. Pots that are on a different set of open flames off on the side. not by the not by the large pit fire. Um and along with the large pit fire is like an assortment of tables. And there are people at the tables. Some are drinking. It is like midday, but some people are drinking. Seems like a rush, a lunch rush kind of thing, kind of situation. So you go up, and what you do see is these mountain dwellers, what seems like, are around a table, and another guy there that a lot of people know around the town as the chosen one, because he was born under a certain set of stars, under certain circumstance, and his mother has been parading him around Butchreef since he was an infant. My boy is the brightest, he's the strongest, he's the cutest boy in all of Butchreef, all of Apolline, I believe. Possibly even all of Hadonia. Murtoph, Murtoph, come here. So Murtoph comes over. Yes, Mama. Show them how strong you are. Yes, yes, Mama. And he starts flexing. He's like, he's like, Mama says I can lift an entire log all on my own. And the mountain dweller's looking at him like, mm-hmm, sure you can. And other townsfolk that are around are just like looking at him. Give me insight check. Actually, both you and Malak give me insight checks.
12.
12.
I got a 2.
2? Jeez.
I got a 2.
So
Dice are
since you
not
have
my
a
favorite day. This is
so
horrible.
since you have a 2, on a 2 you are still stuck on the fact that your dad doesn't work at a mill. And like you're following him, but you're not really paying attention to like anything around you. You're just like, my father is a thief.
Criminal?
I think he's a criminal. This can't be right. This can't be right. On the 12, or of course, you see that the people watching the mountain dwellers and this kid Murtoph, who is all of 19, 20 years old. They're watching him with like the air, as if somebody just walked into a room and farted. Like they clearly just don't like this dude. Like first off, the mom parades him around like he is the bee's knees. Furthermore, he grew up believing that, and then his father, not that he's nowhere to be found, he just makes himself very scarce, whether it's to get away from mom, or just because he doesn't want anything to do with the kid, or because of the prophecy. I don't know. He's just not always around. And when he is around, he's drunk. So, you all see that. Um, and then we're going to quickly hop back over to. Oh, okay. So as you guys see them out there, they're parading around him, and then you hear a little bit of an uproar, and the uproar goes. It's near where I guess the counter to the pewter lily is, and you see 3 or 4 of the mountain dwellers are kind of like hopping behind the counter and taking bottles, drinking, throwing them to their friends. And the bartender is trying to get them to leave. Um Malak, give me a perception check. I feel like you are a bit closer. Coming from behind the shack, you'd be a little bit closer.
Okay, I got a 17 on the
17?
dice.
Nice.
And I got +4, but I don't know. It's +4 with expertise.
Yeah, it's already included in there. So you have
Okay, so yeah,
21 total.
Hey.
Damn. Okay. So what you notice suddenly hearing the uproar, you notice that these mountain dwellers are they're harassing the bartender. Yeah, they're for sure harassing the bartender. You also recall that you've heard other people kind of like whispering around other tables, and they're like, "Yeah, these guys came down from the mountains last week and pretty much like shook down Dora. You know, Dora is like one of the shop owners, in Butchreef. Sounds like they're like trying to push her away, like under the guise of protection or something like that." Takes another drink. Like it's just straight extortion, like for no reason. They're not even just bandits is what they are at this point. It's just somebody needs to do something about it. I can't. At this rate, I might need to leave Butchreef. Can you imagine if Butchreef was taken over by Melndor? Ugh, I couldn't take it. So that's what you hear, and your father. Oh, so your father has his eyes on something else. And what he turned to you, he's like, "All right, just to get your feet wet, I want you to sit over here where you've got a good view of everything. Watch me very closely." And you see he walks off. Give me a perception check.
Now I'm starting to get some good rolls. Okay, I got a 18
18?
plus the 4.
18 plus 4?
Yeah. Oh, plus the 4. Wait, for perception. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was that?
Ugh. Okay. Very nice. So what you see is what he does. He walks by a few people. Um, he walks by a few people, and like he puts his hand on one of the shoulders. It's like, can you believe this? Can you believe these guys coming down? Just try to. They're ruining the place. Honestly, they are. As he puts his hand down, what you notice on the 22 is he slips his hand in the pocket and back out. He slips his hand in their pocket and back out extremely quickly. Out of their pocket into his pocket. And walks off to another person. Give me another perception check.
Oh my goodness. 7, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Bruh, that was horrible. I got a 7
7?
plus it's the 4, which is what 11, I believe.
Is that 7 plus 4? He is 11. Okay. So 11. 7. So what you see is when he does kind of the same thing, but this person has like a satchel. And you see as he comes up behind them, he's looking over their shoulder and like looking on their plate. And it's like looking at stuff. You can't quite hear what he's saying, but you definitely see his hand slides into the satchel. Kind of, and it seems like he kind of get stuck a little bit, either stuck or he can't find something. So his hand like hangs out in there a little bit. And He pulls it out into his pocket and moves along. And he goes to one more person. Mm-hmm. Give me one more perception check.
Got you. Oh my god. Yeah, it was another 11.
Another 11. Okay.
Yeah, it was a 7. Yeah, 11 total.
So you see, he goes up to another person, and just like the second person is kind of like looking over their shoulder. There's no satchel. There's a pocket, and he kind of bumps them a little bit. And when he bumps them, of course, he kind of does the same thing and slip to the pocket. But this time, the person kind of notices something a little bit. He turns and looks at him, and looks at him, and kind of like ready to push him off. But before he turns to look at him, your dad slips into his own pocket and then puts his hands up like, "Oh, sorry, I got too close. It's been a long morning, you know. I had a few drinks. I just need to relax." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, man." So it comes back to you and pulls out 3 pouches, puts them in your hand, containing 23 gold. 23 gold pieces.
So this how
And
you
he
make your
goes,
money?
"And that, my boy, is a run of the mill. This is just a warm up. I'm just getting warmed up for the day. I haven't done anything yet. Now,
How did you know about how did you know who they were from the on the board?
oh,
Like, how did you know who these people
these people, these aren't the mark. This is just a warm up round. This is
were? Okay.
how you get your fingers warmed up, you know?
Yeah.
Now, your turn. Let's see what you got. Let's see.
You like that?
So he looks around. It's like, see the lady over there. The one next to the guy with the stupid looking face. The one with the purple, yeah, the purple dress, yeah. Go over there. And just chat her up just a little bit. See if you can offer a drink and take a slip. Slip into the purse. It's your first time, so let's see. Whatever you can grab. I don't think you're quite ready for looking for an actual purse just yet. But just slip into the bag and see what you can do. Make sure you chatter up. It's all about the distraction. Because if you're just reaching for the bag, that's a different story.
Okay. Uh, the he was I say he walks over to the woman in the purple dress and he's like,
Mhm.
"Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Uh,
What's going on?"
Fine. How are you? Just take the drink. Can I help you?
Oh, no, I was just dang.
She kind of looks around. You
I'm already
lost?
good. Yeah, I was just wondering where the. Let me go look the map real quick. Butchreef?
Yeah, Butchreef.
Yeah, I was just wondering where the Moss Top Inn was, if you knew.
Oh, the most top. Sure.
Yeah.
She looks around just a bit.
Can I do the attempt now,
Yeah.
or do I still have to buy her a drink?
While she's looking for the exact direction, give me a sleight of hand check with advantage.
It's like,
So roll twice, take the higher number, and then add that to your sleight of hand.
twice. 10. Okay. Okay. I got a 10 and was the highest, and I was the 8, I believe, for a sleight of hand. Added.
Wait, what?
So it's 18. So I got the 10. I rolled a 10, and I'm adding 8
Okay. What
from
was
the sleight of hand check.
what was the other dice? One was 10, and what was the other one?
It was 6.
Okay. 18. Yeah. 18. So you definitely slip your hand in there and you rummage around a little bit. And on the 18, you definitely feel a small baggie. Feels like a coin pouch. Yeah. She's like, you see that building over there? The one it's got like a brownish siding, and there's a door on the other side. That building there, that's the most top end.
Thank you. I'm new around here, so I just didn't know.
No problem. Cheers.
Cheers.
So she goes back, has another drink. And
then, well, he would
see.
put his hand back in his pocket and walk over to his father.
Okay. Let me see.
Easy spot. So
Erin,
easy.
could you give me 2d20 rolls and add them together?
12 and 16, so 28.
28.
Yep.
So Malak, you pulled purse of 28 gold.
Hey.
First shot. Damn, son. Damn, son.
I told you.
Where'd you find this?
This is what you get for rolling high. Like,
He's like, damn, made me proud. I'm sure if you I've never got a purse like that till maybe 3, 4 years in.
I
You got
might be better
lucky.
than you.
Hey, whoa, watch yourself, okay? Guy over there. Actually, yeah, I think you could take a challenge. See the fuck face over there? The loud one? Yeah, Murtoph. That kid. See what you can get off him.
I think my stuff froze. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, so he points to the crowd. It's like, see a loud fuck face over there? Murtoph. Yeah, let's actually, yeah. Go for the mom. See what you can get from her. Twat.
Okay. Okay. So he walks over.
She's
And
standing there.
like, oh yeah, you can go.
My boy is so amazing. Can't wait to see what he does. He's a child of prophecy, you know. And are you sneaking up on her or just walking up to her?
Uh, where is she? Like in? Is she like turned around?
She
Like from the?
is from where you and your father is. She's kind of
Yeah.
like off to the side. Like if you were to walk straight to her, you'd be walking up like to her side, possibly in her peripheral.
I'm gonna try to sneak. Maybe go try to go around her.
Okay,
Try
give
to
me
go
a
a little
stealth
behind.
check. So you hear her just chatting up somebody next door. Can't wait. You know he's a child of prophecy, right? It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's uh
I
it's
got
going to
a
be big.
7 with the what's it plus 6, I believe, for stealth.
Stealth. So 13.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you walk up behind her, you see she's still talking to some person that's like next to her, and she gets in a little bit closer. It was the moon, you know. It was perfect night, perfect stars, all aligned. My husband and I, it was destined to be. It was destined. He's he's probably going to be like a king, maybe like a dragon slayer. Maybe something he does will like grant us nobility. That would be awesome. It's just he's Murtoph. Love that kid. Just because he was a child of prophecy. Do you try to pocket picker?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have you do 2 rolls. Because she is sitting there talking to somebody. And
I actually they were looking at him.
yeah. And so first is going to be a stealth, and second is going to be a sleight of hand. So give me a stealth check first.
Okay, for the stealth, I got a 16 on the roll, and what was it plus 6? I believe
Okay.
that was fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So what was that 20?
Give me the. He says 16 plus 6.
Yeah,
22.
22.
Yeah. That's yeah. Give me the sleight of hand.
Sliding. Okay. Ooh, okay. I got an 8 for sleight of hand. Plus 8, what was it? 16. Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if she notices. So you walk up. You walk up to her unnoticed, and you slip your hand into her pocket, and then she just turns, and like she feels something. So she doesn't turn at first, but like she feels something on her hip, and kind of like bats her hip a little bit, and then she turns and looks at you like, "Hi, can I help you?"
Hey. I was just listening in on your conversation about what was his name, Murdoch.
Murtoph.
Murtoph.
Should know his name by name. He's talk of the town, you know. Give
Yeah, I've heard.
me insight check.
Oh my goodness, this tool. Yeah, I already know it.
You know, my boy is great. He's the talk of the town. Everybody knows who he is.
I got a 5.
5.
A 5.
Oh, she's just talking him up. And then there's another big uproar. Where one of the mountain people flip a table onto like the big pyre. Um, and as the table flips onto the pyre, you see Murdoch was like, "Now I will not have this. You all have caused such an uproar. Your kind is not here, not welcome here anymore." second. What you all are doing is not okay. You need to leave. You need to leave immediately. And all the mountain bandits start to surround them. And one of the ones that had like a big axe pulls the axe up, pokes him in the chest. Oh yeah? What are you gonna do, kid? As we do, as he says that, I move over to the carriage, and the carriage is trotting along, and then we see that it starts to stop, and as it stops, we see the mom, Eliora, is looking out the window, like, "What's going on, dear? What's going on out there?" And Gainer is like, and like some commoners are getting into an uproar. I don't
Can
know
I
what's going
look
on
up
here.
there?
Yeah, in perception check.
Perfect. Okay, not as good. But okay, that's gonna be a 9.
A 9.
Yep.
You see a crowd. You see like the corners of a crowd because your window is still kind of facing facing the mountains, sort of. So
Mhm.
you can't see much, but you can definitely hear. You can hear people like, "Oh yeah, what's going on? Hey, what's that? Hey, what's going on?" You hear a rumble.
Okay.
You hear a cacophony, rather. Not quite a rumble, but a cacophony.
Good.
Yeah. And then yeah. So you see your mom's like, "Oh, let's go see what's going on. A bit of gossip on the way might lighten the mood." So she gets out the carriage,
Love
and of course your brother trails behind. Your sister just like sits there. She's like, rather not. She's still just like staring out at the mountains.
we should go. It'll be fun.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
So she starts to get out, and you all see. You all see this a crowd of rough looking mountain dwellers, people that just have like animal skins and have like crude looking weapons. Some of them have like missing teeth. Horokorsh, they kind of like look like you in a way, or whereas like they have like dirt smeared here and there. Um, their appearance, you could tell their appearance is definitely not one of their strong points. It's not something they care about a whole lot. Um, but they are just like pushing around a doofy looking kid. Well, he's not doofy looking, but he's a very good looking guy, actually. And he's trying to stand up to them. He's like, I will vanquish all of you. I will make sure you never set foot in Butchreef ever again. Mother, where's my sword? She's like, oh, honey, I think we left it in the house. And so one of the Melendors like, oh, came unprepared to a fight, did you? Well, tell you what, you can borrow mine. He throws a sword to him and hits the ground. He picks the sword up, doesn't even try to test it, just picks it up. Uh, all of you give me perception checks. or insight. Either perception or insight. Tell me which one you pick.
A 5 insight.
23 insight.
I
Okay.
think I'm gonna do 19 on perception.
19
Oh, yeah.
perception. Okay. So you said 5 insight, Erin?
Yep.
So on a 5, you see this kid, essentially a kid, a 19, 20-year-old guy. He's a good-looking guy. He's, I wouldn't say cute, but definitely attractive. That has like strong jawline. He does have gorgeous hair, but he picks up the sword. He picks up the sword. He's like holding it with 2 hands, and what you do notice is like it's too heavy for him. It's too big. Like, it might be he's holding it like it's a great sword, but it's not a great sword. It's just heavy. On a 19 insight, was that what you had, Zach? Yeah. Was that 19?
I had 23.
23.
23.
Okay, on a 23 insight, you see he 1000% believes in himself. Also, it's kind of a battle. He believes in himself, but you can tell that he does not have the skill or strength to wield this sword the way it needs to be. This is not his weapon. Whatever practice sword he probably has at home, this ain't it. This ain't it. And 19 perception.
I forgot to add the 4 for the what's called it. It's
You
23.
forgot to add the 4. Killing me, Smalls. So on a 23 perception, what you see is the mountain bandits are all absolutely laughing amongst each other, like, oh, he about to get stomped out. I don't even know why they tossed him that sword. Like, see this kid? He's, oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be real fun. You also see a little bit of worry in his mom's face. But you see worry, and you also see like, no, he's got this. He can do this. He's the chosen one. He's got this. And so he picks up the sword, and then your dad bumps your shoulder and points you over to the character just rolled up. It's like, hey son, you see what I see? I see a fat cow. I see a real fat cow. You see these people that just came out of there? They look like they could give a donation or two.
They look pretty sure.
Let's let's take a trip around. So give me a stealth check. Erin, give me perception check. Zach, you also give me a perception check.
That's another nat 20 on a different die.
Okay.
I also got a nat 20.
Nat 20.
I got a 16, but I'm at +6, so it's like 22.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Unfortunately,
insane.
got it. So, so what happens here is as Murtoph picks up the sword, he starts to like flex a little bit. He's like, He starts swinging wildly. Everybody's like starts to crowd even more. Horokorsh, since you and Forzan are back a little ways, you have a better view of everything. You're not quite in the crowd, but you're not like on the wood line, on the forest line, the tree line. Azara, what you're also kind of like just getting out of the carriage and you're just like still about to take that step down. Like you haven't stepped down onto the ground level yet. So like you have like the high ground a little bit so you can see a lot. Net 20, net 20, 22. So the two of you do see very briefly, but you definitely see two darker skinned people with white hair and tinted goggles, like careening their way around the crowd. And they are making a beeline for the carriage. Well, not I guess not a beeline. They're taking the scenic route, but they're definitely going towards the carriage. As the crowd hustles and bustles. Dad is going to look up and he sees Azara, so he's going to stop like, you know what? Let's see if I got that part ready. Oh no, Tailspire broke for a second. Let's see. I want to pull it up, but for some reason Tailspire broke like half hour ago. I'm trying to see if it'll pull it back up. Let's just reload it then. But what you do see, so he stops and he's like, hold on, my boy. I got a hawk. And so give me a perception check. Malak, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Erin, Erin and Zach, what y'all do see is as he's going around, as these two individuals are going around the crowd, they stop. Give me insight checks, the two of you.
I had a 14 and I had 4, so 18.
18? Okay.
Yeah.
So on 18, your dad gives you a nod over towards the carriage, indicating that there's a tiefling standing just outside the carriage. She still has the high ground. She's still like hanging out of the carriage, looking up over everybody, and she can see everything. She can see more than he wants her to be able to see. So he stops just on the edge of the crowd with her seemingly at his back. So it's kind of like he's trying to disguise himself as being interested in whatever's going on over here. Erin, is that
17.
19.
17, 19? Yeah. So y'all saw how they moved and how they stopped. And you can tell that they were definitely going to go straight for the carriage, but they stopped, and y'all know that they noticed Erin, or they noticed Azara, so they stopped there. What is everybody looking at right now?
We're turned towards the crowd, right? Me and my dad.
Yeah, your dad is kind of turned toward the crowd, but kind of has the carriage over his shoulder. And he just keeps kind of like discreetly looking back at it.
Okay.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm like standing off like beside him, kind of doing the same thing, kind of eyeing the carriage to see what's going on, and looking
Okay.
at the crowd not to look too
All
obvious.
right. So he turns and looks. Now he just kind of leans over to you. It's like, now, my boy, now we go fishing. You don't know what that means. What fishing is pretty much like laying wait. You have, last time we went fishing, you cast your line, you know where the fish are going to be, what you want to pick up, and now you just got to wait for a good opening. Going fishing. Now we wait. And as he does that, they take a few steps back, a few steps toward the carriage, but they don't get close. Just like 2-3 steps back from the crowd toward the carriage. From above, the crowd's getting pretty tight. So Horokorsh, give me perception with disadvantage. And Erin, give me perception with advantage. Malak, give me a straight perception.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yep.
I got a
I
10.
roll.
2?
No, a 10.
Hold on. Zach, what you said, a 2?
No, I got a 9.
9. So dirty 20, 9. What you get, Jamari?
A 10.
10. 9, 10, dirty 20. Okay. So 9 and 10. What y'all see is the crowd starting to like, they're getting a little bit closer. And you see you hear grunts, and you hear like feet shuffling like in the dirt. You hear a couple feet shuffling, and you also hear like laughs, like mocking laughs, essentially. Meanwhile, Azara, what you see is Murtoph swinging this oversized sword, failing at every swing. It is quite the pitiful sight. And you just kind of, not, especially with the fact that you are trained in the sword, you know that he does not have a chance. But what he's doing with this is a mockery to swordsmiths everywhere. It's like, I don't know if he even knows what he's doing with a sword, any sword, let alone this one. That's how wildly, how uncoordinatedly he's swinging the sword. And then y'all start to hear some jeers like, ooh, oh, ooh. And Azara, what you see is the guy that had the axe dodged the sword and hit him, cracked him with the hilt of the axe. So like he's just like toying with him, cat and mouse. Dodge, pop, hits him, and Murtoph stumbles a bit, picks the sword back up, takes a couple deep breaths. I am the chosen one. I am the greatest in all this land. I will slay you. I will vanquish you. You are my enemy. Yells, goes back in. And dude with the big axe steps aside again, trips him, laughs at him, and walks down. Okay. Laughs at him. Goes over to his mom, like, and then he doesn't kiss her. He just like gestures towards her, like, yeah, you're next. Beat his ass, and I'm gonna beat your ass. Then she's like, oh. And he gestures toward the rest of them, the rest of his cronies, like, get rid of him. I'm done with this kid. And so they start to close in, and he gets back up with the sword. He goes to pick up the sword. One of them like steps on the sword, so it falls back to the ground. Goes back to pick it up, can't lift their foot up. So he stands up, puts his fist up, like very confidently, and starts swinging. But it's a sad sight. It's a very sad sight. This whole time while he's like failing, he's not necessarily getting jumped, but definitely being easily being toyed with. And so what they do is they trip him. A couple of them like pushes him back and forth, punches him in the face. He falls to the ground. And then the mom, that's when she starts to get worried. You're like, my boy, somebody stop them. Somebody save my boy. And they just kind of close in, start stomping him down, punching him. They're not like cutting him with their blades or anything, but they're definitely just like stomping him out to the point where like he is not getting back up. Eliora is like taken back aghast, like, oh my, these commoners are such savages. I can't wait to tell the girls in court. So she turns and starts to